Okay, thanks. Well, there's of course a standards angle to it. So I'm Raj Singh from Open Geospatial Consortium and Ignite Virgin. So I do spatial data standards, and I didn't know this slide would be this long. And so what this is about is I've been really upset that, you know, the web is great, but we don't really hasn't really become a repository, a richly connected repository of the world's information. And a lot of stuff out there, but I don't think the connections are that great. And so we've had a lot of web services, we've had a lot of APIs in the 2000s, and you know, you can go and find hundreds of mashups, but these mashups are really sort of like point to point, one person to a server to client, and not really what I think of as mashups. And OGC is also complicit in this problem. We've got a lot of great standards to get spatial data out there, but they're really going from server to desktop. They're not really creating any synergy between services and data. Okay. My job, I hope, is to fix this. And I really want to get away from the services viewpoint and start thinking about other ways of connecting the web. And so there was some idea out there a while ago. It's called the semantic web, and it was promoted by somebody who was kind of famous. But even though, you know, the most famous guy in the web world, it didn't really take off. It kind of was hammered down by the big service-oriented stack. And I think that had a lot of hype in the early 2000s, and a lot of people promoted that stuff, but that didn't really work out either. You know, we have APIs, and we don't have a lot of connectedness. So the new thing on the block is linked data, which looks to me like exactly what we should be seeing. And it looks a lot like the semantic web, but it's slightly different. And it's sort of like, it's all the connections without the messiness, all the hard stuff you don't want to do in the semantic web, like the RDF and the XML. And like, web developers don't even want to look at simple XML, much less namespaces and all that stuff. So hopefully and actually we're seeing them start to rejoice, and we're actually seeing linked databases being put out there and some connections being made. And I'm starting to rejoice a little bit too. So, you know, what I want to apply this to is places of interest. I think we have all these silos of places, and they don't work well, and you know, people get the locations wrong or the hours of restaurant wrong. So we need to really improve that, much less all the historical databases that we have. So if we do it with linked data, we get all the benefits of the web. You get the data models. The discovery is just web-based. You got all the MIME types. You have links as part of a discovery technique as well. But what we really care about, what we really make money on and provide happiness with, is the applications. And so where we really get cool applications other than just nice links is by combining these common data models and creating new applications. So here's a little bit of the technology of how I think it should work and how I'd like everybody to help me see it work. So you get your regular web services that we've been doing forever, standards-based, hacked, Python, text editors, microformats, and those all go into the web as linked data. And then that's exciting in and of itself and interesting. But then if you have people coming together, collaborating on common data models, then you can build even more interesting applications. And maybe there's museums linking, or maybe there's check-in applications linking, or some combination of the two. And then you can build applications there, but then you can also feed that back into more linked data on the internet, and then just recurse iteratively as much as possible, and just keep on getting more and more value-added applications being developed. At least I hope. And so I think the most important idea, other than the linked data idea I'd like to leave you with, is this sort of concept of the back office web. We think of the web as being this public place where everybody gets stuff, but then all these sort of compilations of common data models is really a back office web, where everybody makes their deals on quality of service, and they sell data, and they sort of synchronize at night and just create whole new levels of interesting information. So let's build it together. Thanks.